Chennai Super Kings are going back to Chennai, playing against the men in pink, and we know what happened on the opening day of the season, 70 all out. Now the real big question is, in these few days, how quickly can you turn around that same square?
We'll find out tomorrow. I guess is the answer. It was a shocking wicket.
Today, actually.
Today, yeah, you're right. I've not looked at my clock for a while. It can't be anything like that. It'll be better, I'm sure. They'll water it. I'm sure they'll have rolled it. There's no way that it can be the same kind of surface that we saw in the first game. That wasn't a great advert for the IPL.
Yeah. If it turned anymore, it'll come back to the bowler. Honestly, I mean, they cannot do it. Somebody, you see, Chennai has that tendency of, if somebody in officialdom asks for something, they always over-deliver. So this is serious over-delivery, Seeing his side, Dhoni would have said, let there be a little turn in the pitch, and they said, yes, you said turn, we'll give you a turn.
Well, it's a massive game for Rajasthan. They don't want to be exactly the same as RCB. They don't want to be 3 losses from 3. They've played okay. They've got close on 2 occasions, but you want to be winning those close games. This IPL series, there's 14 games, and yes, you can say it's early days, but you want to just gain some momentum. You need to get an early win, and the Rajasthan Royals tomorrow need to win tomorrow.
Yep. Well, let's have a look at the men in yellow first. Remember, we talked about certain teams and the trend being to not necessarily push in that 4th foreigner. They've got another option in terms of an overseas player in Scott Kuggeleijn, who's been added to that squad over there. But they do have options that they haven't used, Faf du Plessis being one option. But again, you stick to 3 overseas players?
No, my sense is maybe not tomorrow. At some point in time, Dhoni will insert du Plessis in the lineup just to have him ready for the playoffs and just to get him ready. He always does that. So, it was like Harbhajan Singh last year. He didn't get bowling. Suddenly, 6th match onwards, he started giving him because he said, I'll need him come playoff time. So, I think Faf is also going to get his run at that point in time. He will, once he wins a couple of matches, he's won 2, he gets one more win, he'll start playing around a bit with this team. But not enough. He never does it wholesale. A lot of captains will do 4 changes and all. He just change one guy and put him in.
If the pitch is similar to the last pitch, they might play Mitchell Santner. They might go for a left-arm spinner. They might just pack the ball in with spin. If there's one captain that would go all spin, MS Dhoni is the captain to do that.
And every time they cut to Mitchell Santner in the dugout there, you could see he was like, get this bib off me, I want to be out there. He was not enjoying sitting out there.
Which spinner would not like to be out there? Bishan Singh Bedi would probably be looking and saying that I'm only 74 odd years old, I can go and turn it on that pitch.
Yep. Well, what about the men in bright pink, the new colours for this season for the royalty, the Rajasthan Royals? The only thing is they haven't put in very regal performances, and they will certainly need to turn that around, because on paper it looks like a very exciting lineup, especially up top. Stephen Smith, Joss Buttler, Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, they're itching to get into that World Cup team.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Ish Sodhi on the bench there. I think he'll probably come in for tomorrow's game. They'll want a leg spinner, and they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of kind of athleticism. They've got a lot of all-round quality, but they've lost 2 games. And that's just a team on paper at the minute. They've just got to start winning games, and they're going to the hardest place of them all to try and get their campaign off with a win tomorrow, and that's against Chennai. But there's lots of quality, and you're looking at Sanju Samson's 100 the other day. We nearly saw 100 from Prithvi Shaw tonight, and he's an outstanding talent. I know Shane Warne said he thinks he's going to be the most valuable player of the IPL. I know Warne, he likes a big statement, but he's never far wrong, and he looks a real quality batsman. As you put, Smith hasn't really had a chance to get out there yet. He's not been required. And then you've got Stokes, you've got Butler, you've got Ajinkya Rahane at the top, who played nicely in the last game. It's a quality batting unit.
The bowling worries me a bit, but the bowling worries me, and they need Ish Sodhi for the kind of pitch that they're going to play in tomorrow. Ish probably would be a really good, but the point is, which international player do you take out? Because the first 3 are batsmen or all-rounders, because you have Ben Stokes, Steve Smith, Joss Buttler. They're not going to be dropped. You're not going to take out Jofra Archer. Jofra Archer is there,
What about maybe Steve Smith? He's not really been required yet.
Absolutely. Actually, Steve Smith is the only guy who's replaced.
For courses, you've got to just tell him, mate, senior player, but
you've got to pick the team that you feel are going to win the game. You can't pick on reputation. You can't pick on, I guess, the salary of what you're paying them. You've got to pick on what the best 11 is for that game.
If you really want a leg spinner, I can bowl.
I've still got a feeling that elbow's not great.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure whether he can tweak a few ever. I know his throwing is not as the powerful best that he was in the last few years, but I think they might just bring in a little Ish Sodhi.